We're now going to do some drumsticks. We're going to add loads of flavour, or Emma's going to add loads of flavour. We're also going to have some celeriac chips, because we love celeriac chips, because they're super, super healthy. And I'm going to make some broccoli, which I'm going to do a tiny bit of olive oil. And then towards the end, I'm going to put some sesame seeds over the top. This is a very delicious, healthy meal, like so flavoursome, so healthy, full of nutrients and vitamins. And the whole meal that you're going to see in a minute comes in at just £1.57, certainly today when we're cooking it, but always click on the link above to see the latest prices and any tips that we've got on creating this dish. So, Ems, tell us what flavour you're going to create.
So, today we're going to be doing some drumsticks. We have already put them in the oven. They've already been cooked. They're thoroughly cooked. We've got an egg wash, so you're going to dip your drumstick straight into the egg wash. We've got some parmesan that we're just adding in. In here we have got ground almonds, paprika and sea salt, and I'm just adding a lump of parmesan as well. And this is just going to combine beautifully. When you have mixed it all together, as you can see, like that.
And that looks a lot of cheese, but I saw that was that was like a 25-gram lump of cheese.
Yeah, it
was.
But
using a really good grater that you've got there.
I mean,
they're about £10 from the shop.
This is fantastic.
I totally recommend them. Yeah.
And it doesn't leave any lump of cheese in it.
Well, I would say that when that'll get. I always like the word return on investment. It's a bit of a business phrase, but you could buy a regular grater for £4 or £5, but then you risk yourself cutting your fingers on that last bit of cheese. So then you leave a bit of cheese that then gets thrown away. You buy one of those, it lasts a lifetime. They're about £10 on Amazon or wherever else you go shopping. And it turns a little bit of cheese like that into a huge amount of cheese.
Oh, it's absolutely brilliant. So what I'm doing now is I'm just, as you can see, coating the drumstick in an egg wash. This is literally just one single egg that I whisk together. And then I'm just going to roll it and add a bit to the top, roll it around in the mix. Now this is going to coat the two of them, but actually looking at the amount here, you could probably easily do at least 4 drumsticks with this.
Yeah.
Now,
having said that, we still, even with the egg and everything we're using, it's still £1.57. So if you were to do 4, it wouldn't be twice the price because you've got enough mixture there ready to go. You wouldn't have to use another egg. Right, while you're doing that then, I'm going to do my broccoli. I use the entire broccoli, the stems. These are stem broccoli, of course. A tiny little bit of olive oil going into the pan. Not much. I'm not a big fan of using lots because, again, we want affordable, we want convenient, and we want easy but affordable. And you just don't need any more. Otherwise, everything comes a bit soggy and a bit soft. I'll let that just warm up for a bit, and then when that's warmed up right at the last minute, because I don't want to burn my sesame seeds. By the way, you can put anything in here, but what we're trying to do is make everything affordable, convenient and easy. So we've used this in lots and lots of recipes, but if you've already got lots of herbs and spices and jars or a mixed pack of peanuts or cashew nuts, or I love at the moment, there's some supermarkets doing the pistachios already peeled, they're just absolutely fantastic. You can put any nuts you want. But to keep it affordable and convenient, you've probably got these because we're using in lots of recipes. I'm just going to put some sesame seeds in at the last minute. Right, while I'm doing that, let's go to Em and see how she's getting on with the chicken.
So I have just popped the chicken straight into the pan. It's on high heat, and I'm just giving them a minute or so each side and then turning them over. The parmesan is melting beautifully into the ground almonds and the paprika, and it will create a really lovely golden brown, crunchy, crispy outer edge. So this is a great alternative to the chicken that you'd go and buy out at a chicken shop, at a fast food takeaway, and you're not using all the oils, all the added table salt and added sugars. So it's a much healthier, more balanced, nutritionally dense way of eating.
So you've got those, you've got the stem broccoli. Don't forget earlier on, in fact we'll show you a little clip now earlier on of how we prepared the celeriac fries. Now celeriac chips are probably the biggest sort of discovery for myself. I hadn't even heard of celeriac till I was about 45 years old, seriously. And then when I meet people, I go, you don't know what a celeriac is? What are you talking about? You don't know. And I think, well, I didn't know till like 9 years ago. And I think the biggest food discovery for me ever, because I've got lots of kids living at home, and they do like their fries and their chips. I think this is probably one of the healthiest discoveries, certainly in my family, ever, because at home, I won't say they never have potato chips when they go out, because we can't be that strict on our kids because they're all young, they're all going, and if they're out and their friends are having fish shop chips occasionally, but it is that occasionally.
Yeah.
It's like it's only once or twice a year as far as I know with my kids, because at home they're banned, because at home this is what we love. The reason we love it, you compare the amount of carbs is sugar, weight by weight, this is 1/10 of potatoes.
That's
so
incredible.
Potato is 20 grams of carbs, sugar per 100 grams. This is 2 grams, or 2 to 3 grams per 100, and it tastes better. It's healthier. It's got vitamin C in there. It's got vitamin B6 in. It has so many minerals as well. It has phosphorus in there. It has manganese and so forth. And we think that a third of a celeriac is going to give you more than enough fries for one person. But I like to do mine really small because that's how my kids like them. What about in your house?
I know,
Mrs.
I
B?
completely agree, and it cuts the cooking time, doesn't it, by a lot. And the great thing with celeriac is it's really high in fibre as well.
It is high in fibre, certainly compared to your jacket potato. So I'm just going to finish cutting these up, and when I've cut them, if I've cut it too thick that way, just turn it on its side and turn them in fries. We prep these on a Sunday. We do 2 or 3 celeriacs in one go, and then we put them in the freezer, and I'd probably say, without exaggeration, they're used at least twice a week in our house.
I find that celeriac, a few years ago, you couldn't find it anywhere. It was only in certain supermarkets.
Yeah.
But now you can literally find it. You can find it everywhere.
You can.
And the cost of it has come down considerably as well.
Yeah, it's like, the reason why, first of all, it's an ugly vegetable. It's such a shame. I'm going to write a book one day on celeriac. It's the ugliest vegetable in the shop. Yeah, it's probably one of the most healthy you could ever consume. But also, it's about supply and demand.
Yeah.
If they're growing it but nobody's buying it, the price comes down. It's like chicken livers. Chicken livers are one of the healthiest things you can ever eat.
They are.
But they're so ridiculously cheap because people have just forgot how to eat.
I know.
How to cook and prepare chicken livers. Right, I'm just going to do the last few of those. And then we're going to ask you, in fact, there's probably enough there, isn't there?
Oh, there's loads.
Right. So what would you normally do? Would you salt them? Would you?
I would olive oil, salt,
Yep.
and pop them straight in the oven.
Do you want me to get a little bowl for you so you can quickly just salt them up first?
We can do.
Yeah, there you go. In fact, you can do that.
There we go.
I'll carry on chopping the last few. So you just lightly salt them. Don't go over the top
Do
with
you
salt.
add a little bit of olive oil?
I do.
Yeah.
Do you?
Yeah.
Oh, it's good. You see, we haven't planned this in advance. You've got a professional chef and a home cook here, and we all love the same food because it's all dead healthy, but it's nice to see that we both do it slightly different.
Well, olive oil is such a great addition as well. It's a healthier choice compared to seed oils.
Oh, never use seed oils. And by the way, vegetable oils aren't made of vegetables. It's a con, right? Never cook with vegetables. It's got to go. It's probably one of the most dangerous things. I think eventually seed oils and vegetable oils will be banned.
Yeah.
Or maybe not because they haven't banned smoking yet, but it's right up there. Not good for your health. Try and avoid them. Just use your olive oils, your coconut oils, your butters, your lards and so on.
It's, very, very true. So I'm just going to pop them straight onto your baking tray, and you've got a wonderful baking sheet here, haven't you?
I'm saying that's one portion. That is definitely, when we put it with other dishes, like we're going to do in a moment, that's probably enough fries for 2.
I would definitely say that's enough fries for 2.
And roughly how long in the oven and what sort of temperature?
180 for approximately 20 minutes. I would turn them after 10 and just check them out. Obviously you've got some that are really, really thin and others that are a little bit thicker. So you just want to keep an eye on them and maybe take them out if some of them are cooked already. And just remind us again the base you're cooking on and why you're a big fan of this. This is a silicone baking tray or baking sheet. You can pick them up in most supermarkets and online. They're brilliant. You can put them in the freezer, you can bake them, you can cut them to shape. So if your baking tray is a lot smaller, you can just cut it up. And they're brilliant. I recommend them for anyone because they last forever, easy to clean, pop in the dishwasher.
And so much easier than all those pans, because then you don't have to wash the baking tray as often.
Yeah, exactly.
And that takes ages, takes up all that space in the kitchen when you're trying to clean. Whereas this, you roll it up, you chuck it in the dishwasher, it's done.
Yeah, I mean, the great thing with this as well is that you can literally put anything on it. So you can cook pancakes on it, you can do anything.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Brilliant.
Really
Right, let's get those in the oven. So, I hope Emma's ready. You ready?
I'm ready.
Right, bring them over. Oh, you know what? You're ready. I'm not. Bring them over anyway. Come and say hello. I said I'd put the bit of sesame seeds in, and I completely forgot. So I'm not going to do them for long anyway, because I don't like to burn them. Just a few seconds. The pan's piping hot already.
How good do these look?
Oh, they look fantastic.
Aren't they brilliant?
I mean, you know, I hate the word deception.
Yeah.
But when you've got kids that, you know, go around their mates and they have the ones that are unhealthy, or they go to KFC. My dad's a big KFC fan, even though he's a type 2 diabetic. I keep telling him to stop. But I could give those to my dad and he would just go, oh my gosh, look at those.
But
so,
I don't think they would question what's on the outer edge. And that's the thing, like the word deception, but like, if your brain tells you that those are breadcrumbs,
yes,
you probably just think they're breadcrumbs.
Yes.
And you'd eat it thinking they're breadcrumbs.
And they couldn't be further from the truth. So what have we got? We got 1, 2, 3, 4 main ingredients. Well, 3 main ingredients and a little bit of flavouring. And the entire dish, £1.57.
It's
that
incredible.
Looks fantastic. You've done it again. She's done it again.